Good afternoon, family. It's Marianne. We're experiencing 85-degree weather in the month of September for Ohio. That's amazing. So I figured I'd come outside and do this video. The weather is beautiful. We're exorbitant in before winter hit. We could have some pretty harsh winter in Ohio. So the reason I wanted to come out to make this video, it's because I received a check as a settlement from Dr. Umar Johnson. During the week, I received an email, and the email was not claiming to sue me. It was from his attorney at Cleveland Law Firm, which has a sister firm and where he's from, Philly. So they reached out. They wanted to have a dialogue. They wanted to give me a form of payment for my hardship that I dealt with Dr. Umar, for my donation, and then for my therapy. What I did say, I went to therapy in one of the videos, so they did their homework pretty thoroughly. They wanted to reimburse me for that. And he wanted to move forward and not have me make disparaging video about him anymore. Okay, so I'm sitting there, I'm like, disparaging video? I don't understand. Can you elaborate on that? What is going on?
My sec don't lock.
I will tear your school down!
I will tear school down!
Hello there! Welcome to my Mind Chaos Brew. I'm so glad you're here. Let's make it wonderful!
Good evening, everybody. Please come on in. Y'all could listen. This video I'm making for Umar Johnson, especially. You know what? I had a conversation with you on the phone, and you told me that I'm not the first who tried to take you out. You're built for that? Well, I'm built for the war. I'm built for that type of fight. And you know what? I don't know how much calculation you did with that little woman you infiltrated with that check. You've caused confusion. You've broken relationship. And, you know, I don't even know if, I know your intent was malice, but I don't know how calculated you were with it. But you know what? You didn't derail the train. You did. You disrupt a little bit, where people stopped talking about you for a minute. People got distracted. Confusion, pure chaos. You understand? But it's okay. You didn't disrupt the train because they're coming for you. They're coming for you. So that fake check, that circulated on YouTube. But you know, the authority, they want to know where you got that money from. I brought that. You're getting on your YouTube video, you're saying he's dating outside his race, which is factual. He doesn't date outside his race. I said, okay, so we're having a dialogue. Let me put some clarification. Well, we don't need, I said, you're going to allow me to speak, sir. You're going to allow me to have clarification. I said, first of all, I was gracious and I was kind. All I said on that YouTube video, he wanted to see with a Caucasian woman. I said, but I took my phone because we were having the Zoom meeting on my laptop, on my Apple laptop. So I took my phone, I unblocked, and I sent a text. Bleep. It went beep. I said, that beep you hear next to him, that's me texting him his own message, which is his acting number, his own message. I said, in that message, this is from Dr. Umar. He told me, Queen, this is how we're going to do this scene. I'm going to be bare-chested. This woman's going to have exposed breasts, and she's going to be pressing against my chest. I don't know if he thought I was doing a porn video, because we told him a feature film. But moving along, and they're like, well, we don't need, I said, well, I'm going to finish. Whether you want to hear it or not, I'm going to finish. I said that's what he wanted. And then the scene, I'm gonna break it down to you, family. The scene was for him to go. He came to his senses because he had a moment of weakness. This is him typing all this garbage to me. He came to his weakness because he had a moment of weakness, and he's gonna go. No, I am a Pan-African leader. I can't stoop to this level. Black Queen forever, Snow Bunny never, and I'm gonna throw her off the bed. This is what he wanted to incorporate in the movie, and I said, no, we're not doing that. And I told you guys in the video, I regret it. Yeah,
Back to another episode of the Delusional Chronicles.
that I didn't have. Before Wednesday and Thursday, I reached out to him. I said, yo, I don't know what's going on, but this guy's kind of coming at me. Oh, just ignore. I said, also, I want you to, you brought me on, you brought Lene on, you're both of our mentor. There's some tension. They're sending me screenshot. Look what Lene, why is Lene coming at you? And I said, you want to see? No, you handle that with her. He brushed it off. And I'm like, okay. I'm gonna have to connect with Lene. I don't understand what's happening. I really didn't understand what was happening. You understand? But I did connect with Lene, and I said, Lene, it's not a competition. I have no malice towards you. I'm glad we kind of talk about it, and I understand her frustration. And you know what? She made a very valid point to me. She's like, you talking about that investigation? And I explained my investigation move. Look, she's making move too. And I'm not going to speak on that woman's move. She's making move. I'm a detective. I keep telling y'all that. She's making move too. You understand? And I respect her. Me and Lene, we're babe in this space. Let me tell y'all something. A lot of y'all who are doing Umar video, you guys are having secondhand information and just repeating other. That's how you. Ours is firsthand information. And then, Mr. Honor, I'm taking all her content down. Let me tell you something. Film, that's my rent now. Let me tell you, I know how to navigate that. You got documentary on that stuff. All my stuff is that, keep them out. That's fine, keep them out. But let me tell you something. What I gave you, that was concrete. You understand? What you're doing, that document, you slap movie, film on it, that's something totally different. When you slap documentary, you better make sure what you putting in that documentary, he can't come back after you. You better make sure what you putting in that documentary, he can't come back after you. You better make sure what you putting in that documentary, he can't come back after you. What would I give to have these footage of this woman breast implanted in his chest? I would have loved it. Okay, so I said I was gracious, but since you're telling me I'm making this spare video, I'm telling you how the video was made, and then this was his requirement. And then they're like, well, okay, we're not really going to go into detail. I said, you want to have a conversation? We're going to go into detail. So he's like, okay, Miss Marianne, Miss Lauren, can you calm down? I said, I'm calm. I said, I'm an African-American woman. A woman's nature is emotional. I'm a passionate person. I'm calm, I'm collected. No one is irate and no one's angry. So, and then they're like, well, also, we're going to start with the film. And then you know how some of the content creators, they took Awaken and they did a blow to blow, like they were like discussing the film. I felt that's what we were doing. I kid you not. They must have watched that film at least once or twice. They were on point with everything. So they were going blow to blow to tell me, we're gonna compensate you for the time when Jermaine Jackson, so they call him by his film name, not by Dr. Emma, when Jermaine Jackson arrived in the home to comfort Rebecca after the loss of her son. So this is the scene on the couch. So I'm sitting here, I'm listening, I'm like, okay. They're like, so we're going to compensate you because you lost the actress. So this is what you guys, a lot of the content creators didn't kind of miss.
Why do you overshare, and what does that mean psychologically? Sometimes people overshare because they think it builds deeper connections. Sometimes too, people overshare because they're not comfortable about dead silence or dead air. Meron namang iba, they like to overshare because they seek reassurance and validation. At meron ding mga ibang tao, wala silang boundaries and they don't know how to stop talking. So please, be mindful. Stop spiraling into stress. Catch yourself, your thoughts, and don't overshare so that you don't have to worry what's out there.